We are here for another micro interview for the next rep. That's our new name of our podcast, Jason.
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it. It's clever. On brand.
It's, we weighed a lot of options. We're far enough into the podcasting sort of phenomenon that most names have been taken.
Yeah, you have to just go with the obvious at this point. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But anyhow, Jason Fernandez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah,
the man of the hour.
Best hour of
Wow,
your day.
look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's definitely a
shameless plug.
But I got to ask, man, I'm sure, they're behind the scenes, 1,000 things went on this weekend that we don't know about. Mm-hmm. But overall, got to be super pleased with how this turned out, man.
Yes. So I'll just lead with the answer is yes. And I was talking to some people last night, and I'm practicing just like everybody else, being nice to myself, because I'm super critical of. There's a lot of things that I think we're gonna do to improve it next year, but I don't know that we could have asked for much more on a first year event. Yes, we wanted more people and stuff like that, but it's not like we didn't have a lot of people here. There was a ton of people here, and for me, it has been super rewarding. Full disclosure, a lot of this is selfish. I wanted to do this because it's fun for me to come here to see these speakers, to kind of blend the old and the new. Mm-hmm. And that was a lot of the vision of this whole thing, to bring it back together. There was nobody in there listening to Kelly Starrett that was happier than I was. It was, everything about it was fantastic. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. And I'm happy that everybody that I've talked to is happy. So it kind of explains that.
100%. And just to back that up, I mean, as we've been in the booth here all weekend, and everyone is really participating. The folks are obviously, everyone's taking part in the keynotes or listening to the speakers and presentations, but this has been a super lively room as well.
Well, Joe, I'm glad you said that, because that was a significant consideration when we planned this out. I said it must be unique in the sense that it's a win-win-win for everybody. It needs to be a win for the partners that come in here. Mm-hmm. It needs to be a win for the participants, and it needs to be a win for the overall community. And every time I come back in here, I'm checking to see, are people coming in to talk to the partners? How much break did we have in the weekend? We spent a lot of time on the schedule, making sure that there was, decent chunks throughout the day where there was intentionally nothing planned.
Right.
We can't always be. It's kind of like the same thing Kelly was talking about, is we got so wrapped around the axle around getting serious about exercise that we kind of forgot the point. We lost the plot. And it's the same thing for these events. You get so wrapped around the axle around logistics and timeline and doing all these other things that you can miss the point, which was to get everybody here so that they can just hang out with each other. Right. So that was a really significant, intentional planning point from when we put this together, and we'll obviously improve some things next year, but I was very pleased with it.
Yeah, and just proof of concept for you guys. I mean, that's what we've perceived from the attendees as well.
That's great.
We've overheard a ton of conversations where people are just like, man, it's just nice to have this sort of event exist again. Yeah. Where everyone's getting together. And, I know there was I'm relatively new to the CrossFit space. Mm-hmm. I became familiar with it when I started working with Wadify, but my general understanding is there used to be events like this on the calendar, and then sort of just time kind of took them away a little bit, and here you are again, kind of returning it to, like you said, the merger of the old and new schools.
Yeah, and that was the vision, because I selfishly I missed it, and we looked at it and said, well, hey, there's no reason we can't do it. Doesn't mean that there can't be more of these things. I think there's plenty of room for all of it, but we decided to just do it. Jason and I and a lot of other people on the team, we're very fortunate that we've been around a long time, and we have access and a lot of relationships to a lot of people in the ecosystem, and feel very fortunate to have the speaker list that we had this weekend. And now we just got to make it better and live up to it next year.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, as an inaugural voyage, you got to be. This was great.
Yeah, I think
you guys knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. And the venue was great. I mean, just
this venue's awesome.
It really is.
Yeah, I'm really happy with the venue. I think it creates a lot of social interaction here, and we'll be able to double the size of the event next year and not have to go anywhere. After that, we'll have to find another spot.
Good problem to have.
Yeah, good problem to have. So,
what's one thing that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is probably the largest scale event you guys have hosted?
Yes. Yeah.
Is there something that if I had something that you know now that if I had told you at the inception of this idea, that just surprised the hell out of you. Like, man, I never thought this was going to be the thorn in my side. Or like, does something jump out there? Is just like, man, I learned this thing super clearly that I wouldn't have expected to at the start of this process.
No, I mean, we've run events before, so we've done mastermind events in hotels and stuff like that. So the general flow of it wasn't foreign to us. Some of the negotiating stuff with inside of the hotel and room blocks and that kind of stuff was just slight change or like different flavor. But nothing was like super new, and I've done quite a few events, either having run them or having been a part of them over the years. So it's all pretty much the same. But the really putting some thought into like, what convenience, right? So like, this is one of the reasons we chose Dallas. It's one of the reasons we came to this hotel, but there's a lot of things convenient about it. Like the number of people that had direct flights here was a ton, right? Which is a big deal. Having the hotel really close to the airport, it's like 10 minutes, you know, having everything in the hotel. So the people, the people that want to stay here, they just get up in the morning, they come downstairs, they go to work out in the 6 a.m., they go shower, they come back down, catch the first presentation. So really thinking about it from how do we reduce friction for the attendees? And then how do we increase interaction in as far as like partners and the breakouts and all the presenters? It's not just slap speakers onto a timeline and say, hey, we did it. No, it's like really being thoughtful about what is the experience that we curate here. Because I've been, as I'm sure you guys have, I've been to conferences where it was just, a turnstile, bam, 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 you go down. And then you're just like, whoa, I listened to a lot of speakers, but I didn't really talk to that many people. Right. And my like brain is blown out at the end of the day. And it's like, you want a little bit of that, but not so much that like you can't have what I consider to be the most important experience, which is the human component, right? Like everybody here is in the relationship business. It would be remiss of us to run an event like this and completely overlook that part.
It's cool. It sounds like this is almost like you guys ran a little bit of a linear progression for events. You've done masterminds, you've done summits. This was the next step.
This was the next step. Yeah.
Or the next rep.
The next rep. There we go. There we go. There we see what he did there.
So, are you ready?
I am ready.
Magic bucket of content.
All right, let's do it.
Rummage around in there.
All right, let's take this top one. I just go with do I read it?
If you can read my chicken scratch, feel free.
It's not bad. What's one nutrition or lifestyle change that created real transformation for you personally? I don't even have a great answer to this. I am like everybody else, well, not everybody else, many people in the CrossFit space, where my entry-level nutrition kind of protocol or change was the zone. Like when I started CrossFit, and I came in, I remember I started eating Kashi cereal. I don't know why I remember that, but that was like my entry level into the zone. And then at that progressing, I've done intermittent fasting. I've like not quite gone full keto, but I've played around with that, carnivore, RP, stuff like that. And so just start with something is what I tell everybody. It doesn't even matter what it is, just start with something. But yeah, zone was really what it was. Before that, I was an athlete, and it was just get carbs and fuel, and just get fuel, and however many protein shakes you could drink was the answer. So sorry for the underwhelming answer on that.
It's very similar to mine. It's funny because everyone picks the I don't even know the phrase, the methodology, the modal or something that kind of gets them thinking about nutrition for the first time. For me, it was carb backloading.
Remember that? Yeah.
And
I'll get them all at the end of the day.
And boy, did I get them. It was just, lean proteins throughout the rest of the day, and then just ice cream at night.
Yeah. It's like it's like an odd variation of like binge drinking. I'm like, I don't drink a ton, but when I do drink, everybody's in trouble. Yeah.
That was my vibe too. So maybe that's why it appealed to me. I'm like, I'm already doing this in several walks of life.
I know this. I know what this is.
I'm familiar with this.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah. Just getting somebody to think about the mechanics for the first time, like, oh, this is a carb, this is a protein.
Yep.
This is a fat, this is a saturated fat source. and then you can kind of mix and match with those Lego blocks as you want to.
Yeah.
Once you know the principles of them.
Yeah.
So,
And it's just awareness, I think, is just bringing awareness to, like, first, what are you eating? And then you can kind of start to put some quantification on it. But first is just know what it is.
Right.
Just know what you eat, and then go from there. So don't overthink it, is what I tell everybody.
Love it, man. And last thing, what was your keynote about? What did you talk about this weekend?
I kicked the weekend off, and I will close it out this weekend. So really the theme for the kickoff was kind of, again, blending the old and the new. And the one kind of thread through that talk as we kicked off was about CrossFitters. Almost everybody remembers their first workout.
Yep.
And the kind of what I talked about is like, why is that? Why is that something we all remember? Like, if you think about it from a pure number standpoint, just the number of workouts that people have done in their life, it makes no sense that most people would remember that particular workout. Like, it's statistically improbable.
Right.
But if you really dig into the question, it's really not that weird, because it's like, and what I said there was like CrossFit. I believe CrossFit forces a decision. You choose to take the easy road or you choose to take the hard road. And that is what I believe is both so rare and beautiful about the CrossFit community, is that when you meet another CrossFitter, you go to another affiliate, you just meet somebody random at the airport. We know we both made the same decision.
Right.
And I believe that is why the culture is so strong. And we don't want to forget that. We actually want to really spend some time like thinking about that, remembering that, but to then talk, like even lean on what Dr. Kelly Starrett said today. And his is like, hey, let's take all that and let's move it into the future. Let's not forget where we came from, but let's also progress. Like, let's remember how we got here, and maybe not be so serious about it all. We can just have fun. And
remember to have fun.
It'll probably be better that way. So
yeah. I love it, man. Well, hey, thanks not only for stopping by, but thanks for putting this whole event on, man.
Yeah,
as an inaugural voyage, it's been awesome to participate in, and absolutely looking forward to the next one.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys, what you do for the community, and I appreciate you guys being here. So thanks. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Jason Fernandez. Pleasure, man.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.